name's Lacey Caulfield. Have you ever been craving something super sweet, but it was too hot to turn the oven on and bake? I know I have. Last summer it was 107 degrees at my grandparents' house, and I couldn't turn the oven on to bake, but I wanted something sweet and delicious. Fortunately though, I had this recipe up my sleeve. It is so impressive, but so easy to do. You can do it in 5 minutes, and you don't even have to turn the oven on. This recipe is called peanut butter balls, and you can serve them at a party or just a night at home. It's perfect for any occasion. Although these treats are great for summer, you can do them all year round. It doesn't really matter, you know, anytime, anywhere. So today I'm going to teach you how to make them. We can do this in 3 steps. You need to get your supplies, and then you need to mix and shape the peanut butter balls, and then after that you get to cool them with chocolate, or cover them with chocolate, cool them, and then serve them. Alright, so let's get started. Okay, first of all, our first step is gather all of our supplies. So today we're going to need a bowl, a fork, a spatula, paper towels, a plate, 3 tablespoons of softened butter, 3/4 of a cup of peanut butter. Now you can use creamy or chunky, it really doesn't matter. It just matters like what consistency you want your peanut butter ball to be. A cup of powdered sugar. You should probably sift it first, it makes it easier, but you don't have to by any means. 2 cups of chocolate chips. You can use dark chocolate, milk chocolate, semi-sweet, it really doesn't matter. It's again, personal preference. And then we need a pot. Okay, so before we do anything, we need to put our chocolate chips into our pot like this. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go put them on the stove and turn the stove on to low heat because you don't want to burn your chocolate. Okay, but that might take more than 5 minutes, so what I did is I already melted some chocolate and it's coming along pretty nicely over here. Alright, so let's get started mixing. First we need to put our 3 tablespoons of softened butter into the bowl and start to mix it. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to add our 3/4 of a cup of creamy peanut butter. Looks delicious. Alright, and we're just going to give that a good mix right now, just so that it gets nice and creamy, because if we add all 3 ingredients at once, it could get really hard to mix. Okay, now we're going to take our cup of sifted powdered sugar, pour it in the bowl like this, and we're going to start mixing. Now you want to mix really slowly if you've got powdered sugar or any sort of dry ingredient in a bowl, just because otherwise it could fly out and then you have powdered sugar everywhere, and that's never fun. Alright, so hold on a sec, let me just mix this up. If you have trouble remembering the ratios of ingredients, just remember that you want twice as much peanut butter as you do butter, and then you just want enough powdered sugar to make it a nice solid but moldable dough. Alright, so it's coming along pretty nicely here. Alright, it's starting to thicken up, become a dough. Alright, so now we have our peanut butter dough. Okay, so our next step is we're going to just make sure you wash your hands, but you're just going to take a little bit of the dough into your hand and roll it into a nice ball like this, and put it on the paper towel and just kind of like pat it so that there's no extra moisture or butter in there, because otherwise they can get really greasy and that's not very good. And technically you don't have to make balls, you can just make like whatever shape you want. Like earlier today I was making stars, but it's a little bit more difficult, so I just like to stick with these. Alright, so once you do this to all of them, and I'm just going to show you how to do 3 of them. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our melted chocolate. This is looking really smooth and nice. And because we put it on low heat, it's nice and creamy and it's not burnt or like scorched anywhere, because that's a real problem with melting chocolate. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're just going to drop the ball in there. I'm going to take our fork here. Oop. Don't want that. And we're just going to, you know, get some chocolate over this thing. Now we're going to take our plate. We're going to put it on our plate. Doesn't that look wonderful? All right, so we just do this for all three. And when we're done with this, we're just gonna pop them either in the fridge or freezer, depending on how much time you have. It works better if you put them in the fridge and cool them slowly, but you can also put them in the freezer if you're crunched for time. All right, I'm gonna just move these real fast. All right, so that's good. All right, so now what we need to do is we need to stick these in the fridge and let them cool. So when they're done, they're gonna look exactly this. Don't these look wonderful? They taste great too.
You had some.
Delicious. All right, so that was really easy, wasn't it? Hold on just a sec. In 5 minutes, I've shown you what you need, how to mix, how to shake, and how to coat and cool your peanut butter balls so that they're easy to serve anytime. Just a quick review. So all you need to do is mix together peanut butter, butter, and powdered sugar into a nice little dough and coat it in melted chocolate. Really, that's basically it. It's really simple. So 4 ingredients in a few minutes time can get you a wonderful dessert for any time of year or any occasion. And I mean, you saw it yourself. It really is that easy. So now that I've shown you how to make this delectable dessert, you can make it anytime you want. So now it's your turn. And so now it's never going to be too hot to have a nice homemade dessert. Thanks, guys.